From the Nerding Out Studios, it's the Jeff Sanguis Show with your host, Jeff Sanguis.
Hey, alright, hey. I'm back again. How we doing? If you are returning to the show, welcome back. And if you are a new listener, welcome aboard. That's the way I start shows. And I haven't said that in some time. It has been a while since the last episode. I don't even remember when the last episode was. It was definitely last year. This is the first new episode in a while. The first new episode of 2014. And excited to get this thing going. I honestly don't even remember what number the last episode was. And I can't even find out because I've actually lost all those episodes. There's a few of them that I had uploaded to YouTube that still exist. But the majority of the episodes are gone. I had some computer difficulty, and I thought I had properly saved everything. But in true fashion that I've gotten used to, how I do things when it comes to technology, I fell short and did not save shit. So maybe someone out there might have downloaded an episode and by chance it is still hiding somewhere in your hard drive. If it is, email it to me. That'd be badass. But yeah, in the meantime, whatever. Here we go. First new episode. We'll call this season 2. We'll call this season 2. Episode 1 of season 2. Here we go. And I make no promises other than to say I got a lot of great things planned for this season. One good thing that came from taking so much time off is I had plenty of time to sit back and collect my thoughts, write down ideas, get new ideas, come up with ideas for show topics and whatnot. And I have all those notes written down. Prior to this episode, I misplaced it. So here we go off the cuff. Because what other way is there to do a show, a Jeff Sanguis show, as I speak in the third person, so to speak, considering, that's the title of is it speaking in the third person? If I'm calling the show the Jeff Sanguis Show, so when I say that, I feel like I'm speaking in the third person, but I'm not. Jeff Sanguis is not speaking in the third person. So the Jeff Sanguis Show, blah blah blah. Anyways, yeah, in true Jeff Sanguis Show fashion, I am flying off the cuff, not really knowing where we're gonna go with this episode. I guess I'll just get everyone caught up on what the hell I have been up to. Let's see. Well, when last I recorded an episode, I had a completely different job. So I have a new job now. I work at a comic book store, surrounded by nerdy shit, comic books and toys and things like that. When last we spoke, I had no band. A lot of people only know who the hell I am because I had been in a band in the past called Telegraph. And a few people also know me from a movie I did called You Can't Rent Here Anymore. And this is the 5-year anniversary of You Can't Rent Here Anymore. And amusingly enough, a couple weeks back, a guy came up to me and said, "I got to get a picture with you, bro." And I was like, cool. And as it turns out, he wanted to get a picture with me because he said, "My friends back home are not going to believe that I was hanging out with the dude from You Can't Rent Here Anymore," which just tickled me. That was funny as hell. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. He knows the two guys that actually watched the film. So I have a new band. The name of the band is Rebel Spies with an exclamation point. And I'll talk to you more about Rebel Spies later. As a matter of fact, at the end of this episode, I will play an unreleased demo track from Rebel Spies. And so I'm going to play that at the end of the episode. And I was thinking about just kind of throwing it in somewhere, but I'm just going to wait to the end. That'll be the outro music, a demo song from Rebel Spies, unreleased. And so if you're tuning in just to hear that and you want to skip all the banal bullshit I'm tossing out there and calling entertainment, fine. You can just fast forward to the end of the episode if that's what you want to do, you asshole. All right? But if not, stick around, listen to all the crap I'm going to spew, and then hear the song. Or perhaps you're here to actually hear the bullshit, and the song is just like, oh, extra. It's icing on the delicious cake that is this podcast. This podcast is, I don't know what kind of cake it would be. Be moist. It would definitely be moist, wouldn't it, Aura? And that's the other thing I've been up to. And the other huge, big reason why I have been off the map for some time now. I have been busy getting ready to be a daddy. Someone actually decided that they should make a baby with me, and we did that, and she's right here right now. She's staring at me. Hello, Aura. Her name is Aura Winter, and she's my baby girl. She's going to be 3 months old here very shortly, and she's awesome. When she's not screaming, she's fucking great. When she's screaming, she's okay. But when she's not screaming, she's fucking great. And when she's sleeping, oh my God, she's amazing. So cute. So she's actually here right now, staring at Dad, wondering why is he talking to me or is he talking to himself? We'll pretend Dad's crazy, okay? All right? And she smiled at that. So there we go. I have a little girl, and it's been cool. Like I said, she's getting ready to be 3 months old. It's been quite a trip so far. Stephanie's the one that picked her name too. Aura Winter is a kind of like Star Wars combo name, and a lot of people just assumed, if it's Star Wars, Sanguis came up with that because he's the Star Wars nerd. But actually, my wife picked the name, and it was her idea to kind of go in the direction of a Star Wars name. She wanted something unique and nerdy and cool, I guess. And Stephanie was always certain that we were having a boy. She was dead certain we were having a boy, all the way up until to that ultrasound that revealed that we were having a daughter. And even after that, Stephanie still couldn't believe we weren't having a boy. And the entire time that she thought we were having a boy, she felt that his name should be Anakin. She wanted to name him Anakin after the character that becomes Darth Vader. Spoiler, if you listen to my show and you had absolutely no idea that Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader, that's just fucking, that's the chances of anyone listening to the show, let alone someone listening to the show and not knowing anything about Star Wars, is insurmountable. So when it came down that we weren't having a boy, Stephanie's like, well, now we got to pick out a girl's name from the list of Star Wars names. And it got down to it where it looked like we weren't going to have a Star Wars name, because Stephanie was rolling through all the names. She went online, she looked up all these names, a list of Star Wars girls' names, and nothing appealed to her whatsoever. It just wasn't working. And I wasn't going to force the issue, because it wasn't like I was dead set, like, we got to have a Star Wars name. I was definitely digging the idea, but I was like, okay, well, nothing's working out. And it just so happened that a couple weeks prior to all this occurring, I had bought an Aura Singh action figure that I found at a store, and she was sitting on a shelf just inside the doorway to the nerd room. And Stephanie was standing there talking to me, saying how just no names appeal to her, and she was kind of thumbing through her phone. And I'm looking at the list of names, and I just say to her, I kind of glance over and I see the Aura Singh action figure, and I notice that nowhere on this list, a very extensive list, like all kinds of names taken from the expanded universe and everything on this list, but Aura Singh, who was actually in a film, her name was nowhere on the list. And I just said, that's weird. I find it very odd that Aura Singh's not on the list. And Stephanie's like, what? Wait, what is the name you just said? And I said, Aura Singh. She goes, Aura. I go, yeah, Aura Singh. She goes, no, just Aura. And she chose Aura to be her first name. And then she went with Winter as a middle name. And Winter was, I guess Winter is like an adopted stepsister to Leia. And she went with Aura Winter, which made sense because the entire pregnancy took place during one of the worst fucking winters that we've ever seen in Michigan. So, if not the worst, I think it was the worst. So, so Aura Winter is her name, and Shitting in Diapers is her game. So she's cool. I remember when when Stephanie was pregnant, and people would, say to me, we would, like, especially when we were talking about the boy versus girl thing, like, okay, we thought we're having a boy, now we're having a girl, and I was trying to tell the story of how it was weird that there was an excitement for having, when I found out I was having a girl, there was this excitement that I was having a daughter, but at the same time, there was a disappointment that I wasn't having a son, because Stephanie had basically convinced me we were having a son. And I was trying to explain this to people, and people just don't fucking listen. At no point did I say, I don't want a fucking girl. I was just saying that there was some disappointment and that I wasn't going to have a boy. That I wasn't going to be teaching a boy to play, hockey with me. I wasn't going to run around the backyard playing guns, a boy. And so people are like, well, all that really matters is 10 fingers, 10 toes, and healthy. It's like, okay, yeah, I know, I've heard the saying a million fucking times, and yeah, and of course, that's all that matters. No one sits there and says, I hope my child is born limbless and diseased. Yeah, fucking 10 fingers, 10 toes, and healthy. Cool. And so, people would say that to me, and it would kind of frustrate me a bit, because like I said, I was obviously weren't listening to my story, because I wasn't saying I was disappointed or concerned or trying to have expectations. I just wanted to meet her is all. And, because when you're the dad, mom pretty much she knows everything that's going on. The baby's in mom. You can't get any closer than that. So all dad can really do is hope for, a kick or a movement, and get told stories by mom, like, oh, she hiccuped today. Oh, she was moving. Oh my gosh, she's kicking me in the ribs and it hurts like shit right now. That's all dad gets to do. So, you can't get a flashlight and look up the vagina to see babies. So all you can do is think about the baby and wonder things. And when you wonder things, you talk about it. When you talk about it, you have people telling you, that doesn't matter. All that matters is 10 fingers, 10 toes, and fucking healthy. So anyways, I was sick of hearing that, and I got frustrated, and I just threw some humor out there that kind of diffused my own anger and kind of make everything light, as, hearing for the 77th time that, all that matters is blah, blah. And I said, really, I just hope the baby comes out white. That's what I said. That was the joke. And the joke being that, I really want to see a white baby come out, because any other race pops out of that vagina, and that means it's not my kid. And that would be a what the fuck moment. So that was the joke. And I'm not trying to say I'm some amazing comedy writer. The comedy stylings of Jeff Sanguis makes everyone laugh. That everything that tumbles out my mouth is a fucking gem. But I thought it was a decent enough joke and should be understood. But no, because let's face it, we live in the world of white guilt, where everyone wants to walk around and feel bad about being white, at the same time reaping the rewards of it. Because let's face it, if you're white, you got it pretty good. If you fuck up when you're white and you just, you just can't get your shit together, that's really, really on you. Now, I'm not saying all other races get a free pass when they fuck up. I'm just saying, let's just face facts. When you're white, if you just keep your shit straight and keep your head above water and be smart about things, you can go places. That's just the way this fucked up world is set up. It's pretty fucking racist, all right? And so because of that, the flip side is, the inverse to that is, you can't ever say that. You can't ever acknowledge fact. You can't ever, and by no means am I saying at this point that any other race can't do anything better than a white person. See, and look at me. Look at me scrambling right now. This is the fucking fucked up world we created for ourselves, that we always have to be on guard for sounding racist. That's the point we've reached. And I know it's because in the past there was some serious fucking racism constantly in people's faces, and therefore now this is how things go. But the bottom line is this: unless you're saying something outright racist, or just talking about racism in general, because the word just makes people uncomfortable, you can sit there and say to someone, I really enjoy soft serve ice cream on a hot August afternoon, despite the fact that racism still runs rampant in our society and is a total bummer. People are like, wait, why did he just bring up racism? Is this guy fucking racist? Because the word racism is a trigger word. It upsets people. Okay, and they're not even listening to you half the time when you use that word. But anyways, so I said I want a white baby, and someone there got offended and didn't flat out say you're a racist, but made it very clear that what I said sounded racist to them, and like why would I say something like that? What? I was taken aback. I'm like, why can't I say I want a white baby? Why? I'm at the adoption agency going, and by the way, white baby only, please. I don't want one of those other fucking things. I want a white one. Zig Heil. No, I didn't say, it wasn't anything like that. I was talking about the baby that this white dad made with his white wife, okay? Two white people should make a white baby. That's how it works. So if a white baby does not come tumbling out of the white wife when the white father is standing there staring, and it comes out black, or it comes out Asian, or it comes out Indian, or it comes, anything other than whites, it's troubling. That's a red flag. All right? That's a red flag that something occurred 9-10 months earlier that probably wasn't supposed to happen, and you just found out about it the hard way. Okay, so that was the joke. What's wrong, baby? Uh-oh. Speaking of babies. So, hang on. I'm going to put this on pause for a second and go be a good dad. Okay, back. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Racist for hating my black baby. Yeah. So, now I'm thinking, so if I'm standing there in the delivery room and everyone's there, the doctor, the nurses, whatever. By the way, there was a shit ton of people in that room. My baby was born. There was a lot of people hanging out in there. That's all. It was like 7-8 people. I didn't even, they were there to attend. This wasn't like, family and friends, everyone gathered around my wife's vagina. This was just people I had no fucking clue who they were, just there to handle that. So, that was badass. A lot of people gave a crap about this kid coming in. I don't know how many people were in your room when you had a baby, or you were. How many people were there when you were born? You remember? Anyways, where the fuck am I going with that? So, but yeah, if I'm in the room and the baby comes out anything other than white, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they're gonna be like, whoa, hey, man, what's with the hate speech there, bro? Why you hating your black baby so much? It's like, what? I go, dude, are you racist or something? This is your kid. Like, that's not my fucking kid. Like, she did something with someone else, and like, those people. Like, we mean those people. I mean my wife and some other fucking dude. Those people. So, it shocked me that you can't say something, you can't make a joke about something to do with your race without it immediately turning into something racist, because it's just retarded to me. Don't hate on your black baby. Don't do it. I imagine if, though, you start to yell like racist terms for the baby when you saw it, then it could be like, you're being racist, I would say. But if you just don't like the fact that it's not your kid, yeah, another story. But yeah, if the baby comes flying out, and you're like throwing out. Look at me, I'm afraid to say any of those nasty, dirty words because they're bad. Let's face it, they're not good. You don't need to repeat them. But anyways, what's with cracker, by the way? What's with cracker? Okay, white people have all kinds of really awful, fucking shitty, creative, inventive words that are mean and horrible, and they use them all the time to describe people of other races. I mean, these words are fucking harsh sounding. They have absolutely no other meaning 9 times out of 10 than just being a nasty, evil, descriptive term for another race. But in the meantime, the worst thing that anyone can come up with for white people is cracker? Cracker? Okay, and there was honky at one time. Honky? Again, honky, I don't even know if that was even supposed to be meant bad. I mean, I guess it was honky supposed to be bad? Because it doesn't sound bad. Honky sounds like a fucking a clown, like everyone's favorite clown. Every child loves Honky. It's like, the star of your favorite children's show is Honky the Clown. I don't know how Honky was bad, but sure as fuck don't say how Cracker is bad. Who came up with Cracker? A white person had to come up with Cracker. A white person had to have somehow subversely put the wheels in motion on that one. It's like, oh man, when you think about it, we've been calling all these other races some pretty fucked up shit for a long time, man. They're going to come back with something real. I mean, we're talking hundreds of years of oppression. They're going to come back with something really fucking awful for us. We should, kind of, subvert that. And hey, Cracker. Let's put out there that they should call white people Cracker. Get the ball rolling on that one there. Hey, excuse me. Hey, Brent, come here. Yeah, you and fucking Blaine go over there and get Cracker going. Crackers, it's a snack food. It's a delicious snack food. Who doesn't like a cracker's good? If you have a tummy ache, you get a cracker. Cheese goes great on crackers. Buttery crackers. You put crackers in your fucking chili in your soup. Crackers go great with everything. But then I feel a little slighted at this point. Where's the really awful fucking word? Maybe that's just it. Maybe we don't deserve it. We've been so shitty and rotten for so long. We fucking deserve that really awful slang word to describe us. But no, all we get's Cracker. I guess, that's what we get. That's what we get for being so racist in the first place, that we haven't even earned the right to have a really great racist term thrown back at us. If we were if we were a little less racist, then perhaps someone would have said, all right, let's come up with a good one. I don't know. I'm white, so anyone black or Hispanic or Asian, Jewish people, Middle Eastern people, Indian people, if you actually like Cracker, if you feel like maybe you guys agree with me, maybe you're like, you know what, you're right. Why is where did this come from? And we would rather you really feel shitty when somebody yells Cracker, you shouldn't immediately think of something to put cheese on. You should think of something awful. So I don't know. You guys let me know, and we'll do something about it. We'll come up with a new fucking horrible term. I shouldn't be allowed to have any input because I'm a piece of shit white person who needs to feel guilty because he hates his black baby. Anyways, moving on from that, there is a hot button topic right there. We just jumped right into race. Racism is so racist. I was talking earlier about how it's a trigger word. It can upset people. And I also mentioned the harsh winter we had. And I also mentioned Rebel Spies. Look at this triple segue. Rebel Spies were playing a show during a snowstorm. And it was in Ferndale, Michigan, a very hip town, chock full of hipsters. And I was on stage, and between songs, I was kind of standing there, and I kind of looked out at some guy, and I said something to him, and a little back and forth started up, and I said something about the weather to him, and the humorous aspect of this, the comment was not the comment itself. It was just the fact that this mundane, sick and tired bullshit topic, because every day someone brought up the weather. Every day we talked about the weather. And so I brought it up just to bring up the fact that how boring is it? The best that the guy on stage can come up with is the fucking weather. And so that was, and I was kind of like, yeah, hot, that's a hot topic right now. Or I said something along those lines. I made some comment that is point of interest or something like that. And I go, maybe it's not. Anyone else got anything else? And someone went, racism. And then I stood up because I think I was down on one knee getting a thing of water, and I stood up, looked out the crowd, and I said, What's with this fucking racist weather we've been having? To which point, a girl, this hipster fucking broad, got visibly distressed. She probably had no fucking clue what was going on. All she heard was racist, and she looked at me and she's like, "Oh, fuck you! Like, how dare you?" It's like, what? So, amazing how easy it is to offend someone by saying nothing offensive at all. I guess you just can't mention racism unless you are saying something about it being evil. It's one of those things. I don't know. So there we go. Racism is racist. That'll be the name of this episode, I think. I'm going to run with that. Racism is racist. What do you think there, Aura? You're getting sleepy listening to Dad. That's a great sign for this particular. The Return podcast is putting the baby to sleep. She is literally conking out right before my eyes. So there you go. Anyways, Rebel Spies. I'm gonna play you a song, an unreleased demo track from Rebel Spies. Rebel Spies consists of myself, Jeff Uberti on bass. He also plays bass in Hellmouth. You might know him from the band Hellmouth. On guitar, we have Matt Wedge. Wedge had been the singer in For Dire Life's Sake, and now he's playing guitar. He also sings for a band called A Gang, which also brings me to our other guitarist, Tony Vegas, Tony Del Bell on the lead guitar, and he plays in the A Gang as well as plays guitar and sings in a great band called Bastardus. And he was also in Hi-Fi Hand Grenades. Tony is awesome, and not that Jeff and Matt aren't awesome as well. I just, for some reason when I got to Tony, I got a little more excited because he's just got this great fucking hair. And then on drums, definitely last but definitely not least, Ryan Vanderberg, who played drums in the Suicide Machine, still does. Suicide Machine still do shows, and Ryan is just the backbone of the band. He's just awesome. So awesomeness all around. And then you got me up there, grabbing the microphone and spitting lyrics, yo. So yeah, Rebel Spies. It's a punk band, kind of in the vein of late 80s style, early 90s style hardcore punk, like 7 Seconds or the Misfits, or we've been told numerous fucking times that we sound like old AFI. So there you go. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Plenty more episodes coming. I got lots of great ideas. Plenty of surprises on the way. And I have notepads all over the place filled with all kinds of show ideas and whatnot. So plenty of that will be coming up. Matter of fact, I opened up one and it just said something along the lines of, he must slip dog biscuits down the back of his pants to keep his asshole from eating his underwear. I don't know what that really means, but I wrote it down. And that's the kind of gems, that's the kind of comedy gold that I've been writing down in these notepads. So that being, and right underneath it, it said, you remember that movie Paul Blart, Mall Cop? Underneath the dog biscuit feeding the asshole, it said, Paul Blart, moist fart. So I don't know what that was all about either, but I at some point wanted to remember that, I guess. So there you go. That wraps up this episode, episode 1 of season 2 of the Jeff Sanguis Show. So coming up next is a demo track unreleased from the band Rebel Spies, a song called No. And that's the end of this episode. Thank you for lending me your ears.